Let's get to it.
And good evening, everybody. My name is Ralph Pizarro. Joined with me today, my guest host, Giuseppe DeAngelis from CNC USA. Welcome to the Ralph and Ralph Rant. Rafa Rispo kind of takes the day off today. Fortunately, we know all this crazy snow coming down. Had a bit of car troubles. Got stuck at the mechanic. So, Rafa, Godspeed to you. Good luck. Be safe. Be careful. And that goes for everybody out there. But, Joe, I got you with me on board today. How we doing today, Joe? Welcome to the show.
Other than the fact that we're all totally inundated, I'm not doing too bad, you know.
You're not doing it.
I mean, everybody's snowed in. My house, my apartment building looks like an igloo right now, so you know, everybody's doing pretty well.
I woke up to this morning to the winter wonderland outside.
It was just
my car is missing. It's somewhere under the snow. Don't know where it is. Gonna have to do a lot of digging.
You're not kidding? Are you kidding me? My God. Be like digging for gold. That's kind of what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, right. You're gonna work off some of this COVID weight that we've put on certainly today. But but as far as weathering storms, big news in Napoli today, this morning. I mean, right before Joe, we were talking a little bit this afternoon, and then I'm like, hey, we're gonna talk about this. This is going on, and then I go on, I check the news, and then more breaking news. All right, with this whole Gattuso mess. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about that today, guys. We're going to talk a little bit about what's happened in the market or the lack of market. You're getting a little hot there, Joe. It's starting. The beans getting a little warm. I get it. We got these two melons.
I wanted to use it. I wanted to use it only for I only wanted to use it for representation. Everybody, obviously.
Well, you got the little Napoli behind you right there. You got that. You got that beautiful print out there. So
that's what it's all about.
We all know. Yeah, you're legit. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we had this market or lack of it that happened. We sold, but we didn't buy. Not really too surprised on that.
Didn't get anybody.
No, we didn't get nothing. But the big one today, and I guess I'll put this banner up. Gattuso, does he stay? Does he go? Did ADL call Sadi? Did Gattuso not want to sign a contract?
I'm reading. You know what though, and it's funny too though, because for everybody that called for Sadi to come back, I read that ADL called him, and what happened? He declined. He declined the offer and everything else, and Gattuso catches wind. You need to see, this is where ADL is just, you know, I don't understand his logic, but why wouldn't you talk to him first instead of kind of coming out with a backdoor exit? You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem fair to Gattuso in this case. Why didn't he tell him? Why didn't he keep him informed? Give him, like, you know, maybe a couple of months. I mean, these next couple of months is just so packed, the fixture. It's disgusting. And, I mean, it even seems unfair, too, though, because then now, like, I know, this is going to seem contradicting for me. I get it. But, like,
hey, we got a friend of ours in the house, Gattuso, Giuseppe. Got John Boccio here, wanted to say hi.
What's going on,
man? John Boccio from the Calcio Napoli Club watching us today. Welcome. Look at that. How
goes it, John?
Look at that happy face right there, John. Look at that happy face. And for the rest of you guys in the chat, get it going. Put your comments up. Sorry, Giuseppe. Put your comments up. React to us. What you want to say. Do you want to ask some questions? If you're watching on the replay, hello. Thank you for stopping by. Put something in the comments. Hit the like button, con la grinta. Subscribe, share. Get your friends in on the action, guys. Get in on this chat. We want to hear from you, Giuseppe. I'll let you continue there with Sadi. I mean, he did. So I've read that the whole Sadi thing was a bit of a rumor now, that whole phone call. I'm not sure. Some people are reporting it. Some people are confirming it. Some people it's a rumor. I don't know. But either way, it just feels like destabilizing everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's making a mess in the Napoli bench.
It's really destabilizing the whole mentality, just everything. These things are like cracks in a dam. You know, like you're gonna have a crack, and it's up to you to plug it up. But if nobody says anything or addresses it, I mean, it could be true, it could not be true. That's the whole problem, though. I mean, is it true? Who knows? There were a lot of things that we thought were a load of poo that didn't turn out to be a load of poo. Like with Higuain, everybody was like, nah. All of a sudden, what happened? Same thing with Sadi. You know what I mean, dude? Like, but we have seen this pattern from ADL before, though. Like, listen, I haven't agreed with Gattuso with what he's done or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, he just the way that he's approached every single game. But that's the whole thing, though. With sports, and I remember listening to a sports radio show, working once, and the guy said, and Mike Francesa on WFAN, he said one time, he was like, listen, he was like, the same guy that you knock that has been struck out like however many times, you go and you praise him about a month later when he hits a grand slam. He's like, they're the same person. You know what I mean? Like fans, they're fickle. So you got to give
especially
people a chance. No, but that's it too, though. Like with Gattuso, I walked in there and I was just like, the first question I asked myself was, how much experience does he actually have? Dude, the only other team that I've seen him coach were what? Like Pisa, a Greek team, or what? Thessaloniki, whatever, however you say that name. I'm sorry, I don't mean to disrespect, but
it's all right. No, we love the Greeks here.
No, it's just no, but I mean, like how much credibility is there? You know what I mean? Besides him coaching Milan as a caretaker, you know what I mean? He did good. What?
Well, would you consider then Napoli maybe like kind of setting the standard then, or kind of raising his bar, or maybe his first? I mean, he did coach Milan.
Dude, listen, man, we
left
afterwards. Napoli set the standard when they were basically qualifying for Europe each and every year for the last, 10, 15 years? You know what I mean, dude?
Okay.
Like, we've set that standard a while ago. But that's what I mean, though. We did it with nobody back then, too. And it's amazing. Well, no, I'm not saying nobody. Let me correct myself. Like, we lesser-known stars.
Lesser
known,
what I mean? Right. No, correct. We say that all the time. It wasn't like
but that's what I mean, though. Like, we've eventually rebuilt ourselves. Yeah, but we've rebuilt ourselves. And it just always seems like there's a level of hindrance that we have on ourselves, and it just kind of seems counterproductive, if I may. But at the same time, though, like you would think that there are certain approaches. Listen to me. The thing about Gattuso is this that makes no sense whatsoever: is that he had Carlo Ancelotti as a coach on a club level, and then he had Marcello Lippi on a national level, dude. And each he won something colossal with. The Champions League and the World Cup, dude. You're going to tell me that with whatever he's learned with those two as a coach for God knows how many years, that the approaches that he's been taking have been this way. Look at somebody like Pippo Inzaghi, Alessandro Nesta, Andrea Pirlo. You know what I mean, dude? Like, they were all on the same squad when they won the World Cup. A couple of them he was on the same squad with at Milan. You know what I'm saying, dude? All of them became coaches.
Yeah, but listen, Diego Maradona was possibly a legend in the whole soccer world, not just Napoli, in soccer world. Doesn't mean he was going to be a great coach, right? I mean, being a great player, understand that doesn't mean that you can translate that to being a good. See, there you go. I mean, we said it right at the same time here with the Couch guys. By the way, hello to the Couch guys. Thank you again for stopping by.
You know who the best coaches are? You know who the best coaches are? The ones that always usually sit on the bench watching the entire game
Watching the game, right, because they have enough time to sit there and kind of, or like goalies,
listen, sports with anything else, anything that has to do with athleticism is all trial and error. That's it. It's simple.
Okay.
Obviously, if something works, you got to try something else. It's all trial and error. That's it. But my point is, though, the problem that I have, though, is that when you're stubborn, it backfires on you tremendously. I don't understand why. Like, I'm stubborn, too. But I can.
So you're insinuating that Gattuso is stubborn. That's what you're insinuating right now. That Gattuso is a little bit stubborn.
Are you kidding me? Stubborn?
Which is probably a Southern Italian trait. So, I mean, you're not that wrong, right?
Listen, if I even know when to throw in a towel, if I know when to throw in a towel with something, I think I kind of figure that other people would also, probably before me. You know what I mean?
But has he done that bad? I mean, okay, let's speak about his consistency then, because he's still, we're still tight in this race. Are we Scudetto contenders? I'm not sure at this point. I don't think we are anymore.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Those mistakes but that's what I mean, though. Those mistakes that he made, you're going to tell me that he didn't learn after the first, I'll give him 4, maybe 5 times. You know what I mean, dude? You could see, oh my God, dude. Dude, like I said, though, he had 2 of the best coaches in the world coaching him at one point, dude. I mean, Like, even simultaneously. That's what I'm saying, though. Ancelotti was the coach. There was, you know, like Ancelotti was the coach on a club level for him, and Lippi was the coach for him on a national team level, dude. He was learning, like, you couldn't have gotten better teachers than that, honestly. And, you know what like, it just doesn't make any sense with his logic that he would have, like, how many times when Ancelotti was the coach did we say to each other, you know, like, like at this point, you know, he should sub this and that or whatever it is. The first time that I've seen Gattuso do that, when I said, listen, he should put, and somebody even said it too. I don't remember who it was exactly, but I even read somewhere that while hopefully Politano goes in at the 60th minute, sure enough, what happened? Where was that in the beginning? Where was that even, I would say, halfway through where we are now? You know what I mean? Like a quarter of the way into the season, maybe 10 games in.
There had to be, listen, something happened between Politano and Gattuso, without a doubt. And it started right before that Inter game. And then he got snubbed. Politano got snubbed for the Inter game when he wanted to play it because he did say publicly, Politano did say publicly that he wanted to prove himself against Inter. And then he didn't really get that chance. Maybe I think he came on in the second half. But he gets put on. He gets put on the last game, and maybe not quite the winning goal because we won 2-0, but you know, he put the nail in the coffin.
Do you want to know my honesty?
Right after he goes, but he went to hug Gattuso on the sideline.
There's only one opinion. There's only one opinion I have of Gattuso. I mean, not of Gattuso. I'm sorry, Politano. There's only one opinion. One opinion. One. He should have came to Napoli when that all first happened. You know what I'm saying, dude? He should have came.
Gattuso?
Politano. No, Politano.
Oh.
Politano should have been with us for at least 2 years. I don't know why it didn't happen. Oh, I know why it happened, but I'm not going to mention it right now because then it's just going to open up a whole other can of worms. But
open up can of worms. We like that here.
No, dude, because of what Juve pulled, Morata, they were trying to, not Morata, Marotta, when they basically halted the sale to us because they were considering buying him, and obviously Sassuolo, kind of like what's going on with the stock market right now, basically, where they had first dibs. For whatever reason, it's beyond me. When we offered when we had our offer on the table, but that's what I mean, though. Like the whole adaptability, he would have built into the system more fluidly instead of coming in. I don't know when, like what, a year ago. But that's what I mean, though. Like we should have gotten him then, and it would have been easier, and he would have definitely had somewhere to sit in that regard, instead of kind of coming in as a backup for Caglione, you know what I mean? And
okay, fine.
But that's my only thing about Politano. But my whole reason, but even in a more contemporary sense, though, Politano came onto the field twice and he scored twice. So you tell me,
he's third, by the way. He's in our top 3 goal scorers, by the way. I just checked. With Lozano and Senior leading 9, and Politano's number 3, I believe,
as a sub,
either 4 or 6.
As a sub.
No, a top 3 goal scorer on the team is Politano. He's number 3.
Yeah, and you know what the irony is, though, is that the asterisk right next to that is as a substitute. You know what I mean? How many games did he start?
Well, when Gattuso was, you know, trying to get Lozano into shape, Politano was our guy on the right. And then we saw that even starting, or rather in the beginning of this season, we saw Politano a little bit more. And then, like I said, something happened.
I like Politano.
I don't know what it was.
I mean, dude, but that's
he's such a clutch guy to me.
But why are you going to play him? Listen, as long as, like, Politano's not, or anybody's not, you know, doing basically what, like, Balotelli or Cassano does, or whatever it is, on that level, I mean, I can't possibly see what Politano can do, considering his quality, to be able to be totally discounted in a case like this. It just doesn't make any sense. There's got to be some sort of emotion involved. That's what the problem is. And you can't have emotion in sports, except for with fans like me right now when you see stupid mistakes.
Right.
You know what I mean, dude? Like, it's
well,
just
you know, like, Gattuso came out there. He was saying how much he's more of a guy with emotion. He was speaking of that, and I think that's
but are you gonna make people? All right, I get that, but now are you gonna make people question your credibility and your reputation and your quality as a coach only to prove a point? What kind of a coach is that then? Come on, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
you got to hold people accountable, but it just seems as if like we listen, Joe. You and I, we have talked so much back and forth regarding formations, regarding balance, regarding you know,
maybe
tactics.
I'm a little too. Maybe I'm just a little too calculated, but I just
But that's
what I mean?
okay.
Like,
But even if you are, it doesn't matter. But
even
here's the
Elmas,
point. Forget Politano. But this is where I'm trying to get at. So let me just pose the question for you. We saw these last two games, Gattuso switched his formation. He rotated a couple of the players. He put more trust in Deme. All right, granted, Fabian Ruiz has been out, but we didn't see Bakayoko, I think, have two games in a row, didn't start. Okay? Now, we saw Deme getting put in. We saw the 4-3-3 coming in. We saw more trust to Elmas. We saw Politano get burned in the second half. And I know we were a little bit hard, and I know he made mistakes because I want to talk about some of the key moments later, but is Gattuso starting to change? Like, is Gattuso evolving? Do you think Gattuso is evolving? Like we got to give him a chance, right? I mean, that's without a doubt. Like there is no, I don't think we're buying another coach at the moment. We'll see what happens in June. He didn't renew the contract. There seems to be a little bit of this back and forth now with all these rumors with Sadi, which I think a lot, like, I don't think Sadi's coming back for the fact that he's getting paid a lot of money by Juve to sit at home. But so my question that I'm posing to you, and my question that I'm posing to the people in the chat, is Gattuso evolving? Do you think Gattuso is changing his ways and listening and trying to be more balanced with the team, or is he or is it with just like, just a couple days of brilliance and it's back to the old ways?
Well, that's what I mean though. If he basically wants to prove himself as a good coach, then why would he fix something that's not broken then? And clearly, if whatever he sees is working, but if whatever he's doing right now is working, there's no reason whatsoever to change it. That's what I mean. I get the whole, and it doesn't really speak, like to our level of versatility in that case either. And it kind of sucks. But in order to kind of preserve a sort of backbone or credibility to our wins and us actually win, then if we got to do something that works and it's the same stuff that we've been doing, then screw it. You know what I mean? What else are we going to do in this case? I mean, it's just we can't drop points anymore to pointless games. Like, honestly, if you ask me 100%, if Gattuso would have taken the approach that he did before against Parma, we would have lost. We would have lost that game 100%, in my opinion.
Right.
The score might have been in the other direction. Yeah.
Right. You said that the other day on the post-game show.
Check it out. Honestly, I even just read what Quentin just read too. What's going on, Quentin, too, though, by the way?
What's going on, Quentin? Soundboy. Hello, sir.
How's it going, man? Dude, like, it actually was spot on, dude. Even the substitutes. He made substitutes at the right time. There is no reason.
And the tactical change. Let's mention that too.
There is no reason why we can't maintain a game with making 3 subs each and every single game, dude, because that actually preserves our players, that, like, their energy levels, their stamina, and everything else like that. And basically everybody gets playing time. Everybody has that level of, like, in other words, it's a team. You know what I mean? If a player is out, then you need to know that somebody can last in certain cases or whatever it is. Like, look at Elmas. Look at Politano, dude. They hardly played, and then they scored. Elmas has 2 goals in 2 games. 2 goals in 2 games. Elmas.
Mm-hmm.
And he's hardly played. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem logical to just let somebody waste like that, man. And it's a shame, because you know the quality that they have. And Politano's the same deal, in my opinion. Anybody that we have, we should use, in my opinion. Anybody that we have, we should use. That's it.
Right.
It's simple, because if we have depth, and we've been screaming for depth for years, and then all of a sudden now we have it and we're not using it. Like Ancelotti, I know for sure he would use it 100%. We've seen him use it. That's how we beat Liverpool. That's how we got out of the top of one of the hardest groups in the Champions League a year or 2 ago.
Right.
I mean, come on. Proof is in the pudding.
Well, we all know Ancelotti, if he sees something wrong, changed immediately. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? I mean, he just changed things right on the dime. But
and it's funny though, because who is his successor as the coach in Napoli? A player that he used to coach.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
I'm saying,
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Giuseppe. John Bosch, the book got to be out. What's his role? Because I feel like this is the name that we haven't really been bringing up a lot because Dem's getting a shine and all that. Lubaka got to be out. What's his role? I mean, I think he's a defensive mid. I've said that in the past. He stays in the back. Like
Didn't we get him?
He's Bakayoko's backup at this point. You know what I mean? Or
I think he kind of plays the same sort of role as Elmas does. I've been saying it forever, dude.
Elmas is forward to the left. Lubaka for me is in the back. Even on international duty, he played more of like a kind of like a defense, almost like a sweeper role. Or he was like a little bit more in the back. He played more of a defensive mid.
In my opinion,
Lubaka to me, listen, Gattuso tried Lubaka on a number 10 position. It was a disaster.
No.
He looked terrible.
He's not a number 10. He's not a number 10.
But that's what Elmas was playing as for a little while in the 4-2-3. So he's a center defensive mid. That's what Lubaka is to me. That he's the Rosa. He's the backup to Bakayoko. He is the center defensive mid. He gives a guy energy, maybe a smaller team, a smaller game to give somebody a break. That's what Lubaka is to me.
But that's what I mean, though, and that's what I'm talking about depth, all right? Like,
not a number 10.
No, absolutely not. Number 10's for me, either Fabian Ruiz or Piotr Zielinski. That's it.
Right.
In my opinion, those are your number 10s.
I agree. I've said the same
Insigne's a left wing. No, even on top of that, too, though, Insigne, I mean, Elmas can come, like, if we do a 4-3-3 with Zielinski on the left, Elmas can come in for Zielinski because he can move the ball up through the middle and then pass it to Insigne on the left, cross it, and then there it is. Or he could just kind of, like, basically what Elmas did against, whatchamacallit, who do we play? Against Parma? If he did that, like, and then try to pass the ball or slot it in to somebody without being offsides, dude, that's the kind of player that Elmas is. He's the one that dribbles from the middle through one or two people like Gattuso used to do, and then just pass it, you know what I mean, to like a number 10. That's the kind of player that he is. He's the one that dude, you saw him on defense. There's no way that we can only have him up. He needs to be more in I don't want to say in a defensive role. I mean, dude, he would be perfect in the 3-5-2. And that's when we switched. We did actually switch to a 3-5-2 because we did actually switch.
We stacked with three central defenders. We stacked the midfield. But that's what I'm saying is, and I got a couple questions out here.
And then even on top of that too, though, a 3-5-2 could work too, though, because then you could have Di Lorenzo playing as a part-time central defender if you want to switch it up. I say that if we had to do anything, our two formations that we could kind of toggle around with are a 4-3-3, what is it, a 3-5-2, and maybe that's about it, I would say. I mean, a 4-4-2 we don't really, because then it just kind of.
So Giuseppe, Christopher Estrada, big fan of the show, asks us, Raf, do you believe Elmas could lead Napoli for the future? My short answer is yes.
Oh yeah.
My short answer is he is a good young kid.
I already got like 3 or 4 players in my mind that would just be, good on that squad for at least like a good 5 or 6 years if they decide to stay. Elmas, Medit, Osimhen, Lozano. I mean, dude, as long as we just keep doing what we're supposed to, there's no reason why we would get rid of any of these players.
Right. That hit list to me is like the future stars of this team, and Elmas is one of them because.
Dude, Medit, listen to me, and that's another thing too, though.
Older.
Yo, Ospina keeps getting injured. Please use Medit. Please use Medit, man. I don't understand. Like, yo,
well, they're gonna have no choice to use
Medit. Yo,
I don't know what's going on there because I feel like they're wasting this kid. I love both goalies, you know what I mean? And obviously I want the best for Napoli.
They're both very good, though. But, I mean, that's what I mean, though. It's no question that we could rotate. Listen, we could rotate every single position if we want to. Legit. Right. We could rotate every single position if we want to.
Right.
Yeah, we should be. That's what I'm saying, though. I don't understand. Like,
so then here, let me bring you to this question, Giuseppe. Sorry, one more. Who do you think Napoli's ideal left back would be to help this team then?
Emerson.
So we spoke about the midfield. We already know what happens up front. So our left back,
I'm going to get. Who do we have now or who we can get?
Let's go with who do we have, because clearly we didn't get anybody in this market, so we got to do with what we got now. Malkowicz's gone, by the way. Malkowic is now a player for Fiorentina, I believe. So he's gone.
Well, I mean, we have Mario Rui and we have Gulam, no?
Gulam. I mean, who's the ideal? Well, I think to answer Michael, then it would be, if you're looking for somebody who's quicker, a little bit more offensive, a little bit more tiki-taki, I would probably go with Mario Rui. But if you needed, if the space is clogged, we can't break through, and we need to cross the ball, I say Gulam, because Gulam is one of the best crossers on the team.
Well, that's what I mean, though. All right, now, if you wanted to have a 4-2-3-1, you have Gulam on the left, because then he would just
transfer target. He meant transfer target. Well, hold on, Michael, real
Emerson.
quick. It would have been Emerson, but nothing happened. We bought nobody. I think
I would have been happy. Oh my God,
De Laurentiis going for a purchase.
Emerson.
Yeah, we thought at the very least we needed a defenseman. It would have been Emerson. Emerson is to answer your question, Mike.
I would have been happy.
Right.
Dude. Do you know
we needed a defenseman, or at least somebody to help Di Lorenzo.
But here's the catch, though. If we got an Emerson, which is still within the realm of possibility, you do realize that those are your left and right backs for the Italian national team too, right?
That's what I'm saying. I know. Hell yeah. They would have been clutch, but I don't know what happened there. You know what pisses me off? Me and Rafa did about we had at least 3 segments and 3 shows talking about who we were going to sign, and we signed no one. We took no one. Yeah, so clearly, ADL's cards are on the table as to what he thinks this team is going to be able to accomplish. He's like, listen, this is what you got. Go with it. I got no more money. He recouped a little bit of money from Malik, Llorente, and Malkoui. He's going to recoup $16 million over the next 6 months between the sale of Malik and between the wages between all 3 players. He makes up $16 million, which is not a whole lot, but during the COVID era, it's a lot of money.
Because I was going to say, though, well, here's the thing about the COVID era. Basically, he's probably going to try to use that money to recoup the losses that he had for not having fans in the stadium.
No, I get it. I understand. It's a tough time for everybody. I thought they sealed the summer deal for Zaccagni. There was a handshake thing, Michael.
That's another thing also. But, you're saying that it's a friendly handshake? That's not actually a legitimate deal?
It was not. It's not officially signed. They did not officially sign
I thought
Zaccagni.
that he was going to stay on loan over there.
That's what, again, this is what was reported. We did shows about this. We spoke about it. There was only this handshake deal we spoke about the other day. The Castro guys were telling us. They taught me a new word. Something like that. It was on the hush hush.
I kept thinking that it was a solid, done deal. I don't understand, yo.
That's what they reported. But it apparently didn't go that way. Now they're saying that Napoli would probably get him for the summer. But here's the deal. That's not a guarantee. All it's going to take is for one team to offer a few $1 million more for him, and he's gone. And that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, we know
PSG or Juve or some English team. They're just going to come in.
No, they're not going to. No, I don't think they're going to go for a guy like him.
You'll see. Why not? Juve? They do that all the time. They buy up everybody so nobody can have any cool new toys. They buy everybody's. They kill the market for all the other teams.
That's what they do with Politano.
Right.
Man.
They do this shit all the time. They did it for Dybala. They did it to so many different people. They just buy up everybody so nobody else can have them.
Well, think about how many less players they have on loan now because they have the U23 squad. I
think they just loaned out Rugani as well. Yeah, I don't know about this team.
Another wasted talent. And that's another central defender that we could have gotten also. But my point is, though, listen, if Gattuso sees, I just wish that he would have seen earlier what he was doing wrong. I don't understand why, he's going to realize now. You know what I mean, dude? I don't understand what it is, though, with Italian people. It's whenever their backs are against the wall, they turn into honey badgers and they become the most vicious things. They thrive under pressure. I don't understand
the highs and lows. It's crazy,
dude. I'm the same exact way though. I know. It's me describing myself also though. When my back's against the wall and I'm under immense pressure, I'm like a honey badger, and I outperform even my own expectations. And it's hopefully if we walk into this. And we need to basically, in other words, all right, if Gattuso wants to retain anything left, you should just kind of stick on this path, not divert, and use everybody to his disposal. I mean, look at the depth that we have. There was no reason for us not to stay in the direction that we're in right now. It just doesn't make any sense. That's it.
Right.
You know, so
well, he's starting to see it now. So let's give him a chance, Giuseppe. I mean, like we slaughtered the dude. Remember, in December he lost key players. You got to give him a little space, and I think we did give him a little bit of space.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I mean, though.
I know the journalists are crucifying him. Some fans have, but I think a lot of fans are like, "Hey, give him some time again," because
the reason why the fans are saying that is because he has grinta and passion. My argument's always been, though, is why is he doing this? It's not like I'm saying that he sucks and this and that or whatever it is. The only argument that I've ever made was that why is he doing this? Why is he mismanaging and using the players, weaknesses to just basically kind of implement his own system? The only other coach that I know that does that, and it just kind of irritates the poo out of me, is Antonio Conte. He never bends for players, ever.
Okay.
And it's just irritating, dude, because look at the team that you have. You're literally basing a system off of one guy who hasn't played in like 3 months.
Well, Gattuso said, take Lukaku off of Inter. Let's see what their record would be right now. Do you agree with that then? Like, do you think that, because we remember, listen, as far as I'm concerned, we haven't had a striker since Higuain. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but they're in second place. That's the most important. And Gattuso said, you take away Lukaku, maybe Inter doesn't do as well. Because don't forget, we lost our striker again. As far as I'm concerned, Napoli haven't had a consistent striker literally since we sold Higuain, because we had Malik for a month.
You know what though? Injured. All right, now
he came back injured again, never the same.
But that's what I mean though. We have this kid
Mertens
from
played a false nine.
All right then, if we have this stigma against strikers, why don't we just use that kid from Caserta?
Toffee is not the answer.
Yeah. Dude, you don't know that.
He's not going to be a difference maker.
Why wouldn't we even just give him a chance when we were beating Spezia 4-0? Why wouldn't we just put him in at halftime?
I mean, I can agree with you there. He should get some type of burn, but
and also now he's going to be on every single squad list because of the fact that we only have 2 active strikers right now, 2, and he's one of them. Because we got rid of Llorente, we sold Milik. Now what's next? What are we gonna do? So now if we have such a stigma, and I don't want Cavani back. I don't care.
We're not getting him back. That ship has sailed.
No,
we're not
that's
getting
what I mean.
him back, guys. Ladies and gentlemen.
That ship, thank you. Yes, that
it's
ship
gone. It's sailed. It is parked. It is
ago.
Retired. You will never see it. Never see Cavani with an Napoli jersey ever.
But that's what I mean, though. Maybe we should just kind of look from the inside out instead of the outside in for a striker. Had that ever occurred to anybody? I mean, look at somebody like Quagliarella, for Christ's sakes. You know what I mean, dude? Like, and even on top of that, I would love Quagliarella back for freaking a free trade.
But we all know why he left. Practically. That wasn't a market or a coach issue. That was literally a stalker. Poor guy. He was definitely the one that got away. Nobody talks about Quagliarella because of Cavani. Nobody talks. Quagliarella was the guy that got away. We do have a question here. Hold on. I want to bring it up. Somebody was saying, where is it? Give me a second. Call back. To answer this one, Christopher, Rogue is injured. I think he popped his ACL. Unas just went to Crotone, and he plays where Politano and Lozano is, and didn't perform well. He's gone, never coming back. I'm done with Unas. I gave him a chance. And I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that but I'm not sure what's going on with him.
Who is that
these 3 guys, we had signed this dude and then loaned him out. I'm not sure about his status, but clearly
I'm not either.
Napoli.
No.
Should we call back Gaetano? Possibly.
That would be a fantastic guy. Where is this kid playing right now?
Gaetano?
Yeah. Dude, that's what I mean. You go look at the players that Angelotti found. He brought him up from the youth sector. Luperto.
He's on Serie B. Cremonese.
He found Elmas. Ancelotti found Elmas on a team in Turkey, in the middle of wherever it was, Fenerbahce, I think it was.
Yeah.
I mean, We have so many players that we could use, man. Even Gaetano.
Speaking of players, Giuseppe, we have a few that are out now. Mertens. We'll touch on this. We'll leave Gattuso alone for a bit, but we'll touch. Mertens re-injured again. I saw him for that Fiorentina game. He got see, this is the thing where with Gattuso, I'm like, makes me scratch my head. I'm like, it's raining. We're up 6-0. Don't put out Mertens. You said that he was grinning his teeth in practice. You said he was playing in pain. Why'd you put him out in the rain? He tweaked his ankle again, and since that moment had issues, and now we saw what happened. He got put in the last game. He was taken out, and he is now re-injured, and he went back to Belgium to receive more therapy. On top of that,
I want to know this then
as well. But go ahead.
I want to know this in this case about Osimhen. I mean, it's still his shoulder, right? But Osimhen.
Yeah,
and the COVID,
but he's coming off. Yeah, and he was huffing and puffing a little bit. I forgot which game it was. Not the last. No, he didn't play the last one, but when he was subbed in with Mertens, he had his hands on his knees, dude. After a few things, like I think COVID affects these guys more than we know. Because Zelensky, same thing. When he came back, couldn't breathe. He was complaining about his breathing.
Hold on now. Wait a minute now. And to everybody's point now, okay, now, Osimhen, he hasn't played or whatever it is. Do you see how tasking that 4-2-3-1 is, where he was gassed, a kid his age? I get that he hasn't trained a little bit or whatever it is, but because he had to drop back, look how gassed he was. I know exactly what you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he just, because we switched back to a 4-2-3-1, he was in it, and normally, when he's in shape, he has the ability to drop back and help in defense a little bit or try to retain the ball. And he just, dude, in a 4-3-3.
I'm not going to blame, listen, I'm not going to blame the formation on that. I know, I'm sorry. I can't blame, that's where I'm going to disagree with you there, Giuseppe, my friend. But, this guy, listen, there's, come on, man. The guy hasn't played in 3 months. I was telling this to Rafa.
I know.
And I made my prediction.
No, but my point
and he had COVID, dude. Like, people's oxygen saturation dropping.
No, but my point
You're not coming back on the field.
But my point is that, like, for somebody like Petagna, if you know the type of player that he is, you go to a 4-3-3. In other words, what Gattuso should be doing with the amount of depth that he has is this. Okay, and now even considering this, go kind of play into what you were talking about with Mertens, because it's such a crying shame about him, man. I swear to God.
I'm so sad, but go on.
Dude, you know what it is though. But like I said previously, though, man, that's an age thing. That has nothing to do with him as a player at all. His quality.
Then nothing to do with a second-degree ankle sprain. Come on, Giuseppe. And he was out for a month, and he retweaked his ankle.
What I'm saying is though is that no, he didn't heal as quickly as he would have before because of age. He's 33 years old, dude.
Fine, but don't throw him on the field if he's not healed yet.
I know. I agree with you. You know what I mean, dude? Somebody at my age, his age, I need at least a couple months to be like, from a second-degree sprain. It hurts, man. Holy shoot, man, it hurts. Trust me, I know. That's why I know that he needs more time, and I don't understand why I gave it to him. Who was he trying to spite in that case? Who normally would have came in a case like that?
I don't know, but that was, and I think that's the super frustrating part that so many Napoli Dons feel about Gennaro is that it aside from the last 2 games, it always felt like he was just chasing games and throwing the dice out, like throwing anybody on the field to try to win a game. It was tactically and didn't make sense. He was desperate to try to get the games back. We saw that a lot, and I think that is why he was pissing off a lot of fans and a lot of Napoli Dons is because his decisions didn't seem to make sense.
No,
the fact that your guys are so spent, the fact that you got the same 11 game after game after game after game, these guys can't keep up the same intensity, and then they end up getting injured.
All of a sudden the players are getting blamed. Di Lorenzo, who shut down Ronaldo on like a handful of occasions, is catching heat for what? And then you have Insigne that's catching heat also for what? Because he's tired, because he's not lifting his foot up as normally as fast as he would. Because he's been playing like a game every 3 days. Everybody. These are human beings here, okay?
Right.
But look at Mertens. The guy doesn't heal as fast as he did anymore because he's an athlete and he's 33 years old. to put him in is reckless, in my opinion, because he could have went in what, like towards mid-February, when we could have used him for a Europa League game when he's 100% now. Now he's going to be sitting out even longer.
He has to.
Now he's going to be sitting out even longer.
He's going to need at least another 2 weeks of therapy. Then he has to come back and regain his match fitness.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned, we lost Mertens for February. We lost Mertens for any key games in February. He's gone.
Everybody thought that. Everybody thought that January was bad. Do you know who we're playing in February, dude? Like, I can't even believe it, dude. We're playing Juve. We're playing Juve. We're playing Atalanta twice.
I believe Milan.
We're playing the Europa League. Come on. You know what I mean, dude? Like, yo, now listen to me. I don't care what anybody says, and this is what I'm saying too, though, especially with Saudi. This is what my beef was. If you want to be considered a top team, okay, you got to drop that petty nonsense, all right? He's got to be, like, in other words, he's in a position, even with the depth that we have, even missing somebody like Osimhen, who I feel should come back in a couple weeks. Let's see what happens or whatever it is. If he has depth everywhere else, and it just – like, he should be asking himself, who do I use in a situation like this? Whenever he goes and analyzes a team, whatever it is, you base your squad on who you're playing. Who's more offensive here? Who's more defensive here? They always play from the middle. They always play from the sides. They play this formation. Maybe we should play this to counter it. Play on more on the offensive because they always park the bus. You know, we could avoid the Catenaccio. Like, dude, there are so many factors when you're playing a game. You can't always go in there with the same walk. That's how we always lost with Saudi. Yeah, it was beautiful football. Yeah, we always didn't rotate. That's why these players, they could play blindfolded and still find the goal. But the problem is, though, is that when we get but the problem is, though, is that when we get figured out, what happens? We lose, okay? Maybe we need to change it up to throw the other team off. It worked with Ancelotti, dude. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and no, Chris, I don't think so. The problem is, though, is that he needs to remain consistent and not be stubborn. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the issue.
He needs to do what he did the last game. He needs to do what he did the last game and then respond to the game correctly. If he has an issue with a player, if he has an issue with a player, he talks to them. He doesn't be spiteful. I mean, I feel like maybe it was a move of spite that he puts an injured player in instead of somebody else that can play. Unless we really do have a lack of options, which I don't feels
believe.
Like desperation. I don't know what the hell that was, putting a guy with an ankle injury in a rainy day when you're up 6-0. It was a stupid.
It was still a 4-2-3.
Not a
and
risk.
It was still a 4-2-3-1. I mean, granted, Mertens was playing behind. No, he came on for Patenia, but
doesn't matter.
Like, I mean, to make somebody like him drop back consistently is just too much, especially in a case like his. Osimhen could barely do it, and he was, huffing and puffing. Mertens, with a busted ankle, come on. I mean, how much can you really expect from, Mertens in a case like that, honestly? And it just makes him look worse. It makes him look bad, and that's not right.
Well, nope, it's not. But either way, he's back in Belgium. He is receiving more therapy. Osimhen still needs a little bit more time, I feel like. He is.
Other than that, we don't have any injuries.
Other than that, we're back.
Other than that, we have a full squad.
We have a full squad.
We still have.
We'll have a full squad. We can live without Mertens. We can live without Mertens. I want him there, but we can live without him. But Osimhen, we need this guy back. We need our center forward back. Point blank. Period. We need Gattuso to read these games better.
How old is Osimhen? What was he? 19, 20? This kid?
He's like 20, 21. No, he had his 21st birthday when he was,
Dude,
like that.
He's 12 years younger than Mertens. He should be able to heal twice as fast, in my opinion.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. I don't know. Like, God, man, I just.
So, all right, I'm gonna end the question. So, Giuseppe, I got one more question, and I'm gonna wrap it up for Christopher because I think this is important. On Wednesday, February 3rd, we are playing Atalanta in the semifinal for the Coppa Italia, and Christopher Estrada asked us. Now, based on what we saw, mind you, let me send out my disclaimer, Giuseppe. Based on what we saw lined up and what we did these past couple games, Christopher Estrada asks us, Raf, how should Napoli line up for Atalanta? I'm going to let you start, Giuseppe, and then I'll answer, and then we're out of here like last year.
I mean, first of all, if you want to talk about, strikers, Duvan Zapata, I mean, the one that got away also.
No. We're not going to get into that. We'll save that one for another show.
I know.
But how do Napoli line up?
We definitely got to play a little bit more defensively. That's the issue, because Atalanta, they're very, very.
So we're doing a 4-3-3.
Very offensive.
4-3-3.
I would say so.
4-3-3.
Well, I would say 4-3-3. We have two defensive midfielders on each side, and then I would say that we could even just put Zielinski in the middle, and then it just kind of like more of a retractable feeling. And I would say that we should definitely put Patenia in the middle. I mean, because who else do we have?
You wouldn't start Lozano up front in the middle?
No. No, if anything, because Atalanta, man, they never stop. They're continuous. They just constantly berate you. I would feel that you need energy in a game like this. I would say that what you should do, like, if you really want to be, I would say your usual, I would say back four. I would even say have Hisage on the right. You could have Gulam on the left. Give Di Lorenzo a break. I mean, he did great against whatchamacallit, against Parma. He did great against Parma. Like, he shut him down constantly. But I feel like we should give him a break. And that's what I mean, though. Like, none of these players that I'm mentioning are really bad, though. You just got to use them the right way. And I feel like if you use a 4-3-3 with a formation like that, and then you could have Zielinski on the left or the middle, or you could have Elmas on the left, or you could have him in Insigne's position, give him a break after like 60 minutes. And you could have Lozano and Politano rotate. You could have Lozano in the middle, come in for Patania if you want to, or vice versa. I would say that you could even put in Rarami with Kalubali if you want Kalubali to run the defense. It's just, there are so many possibilities, dude. There's no way to screw up a 4-3-3, because it's about pocketing and it's about just kind of closing up the space, and then you just kind of shift the field a little bit better. I mean, what are you shifting when the field is wide open? You know what I mean?
Well,
if you have the closed spaces, then the players, they can do the triangle a little bit more easily and then just try to get the ball out. You know what I mean, dude? You could see where, like, you draw the players more towards you with a 4-3-3, and then you have a through ball come through, and then you could cross the ball. That's when you could have somebody like Gulam just run up the left, and then just try to cross it in. And, I would say that we should put in Medit.
Medit. All right, so I'm going to answer this one, guys. I'll throw in my 2 cents here. Medit, without a doubt, starts this game. Also, absolutely. Manolas, without a doubt, sits this game. He has been somewhat gassed.
The guy needs to sit on the treadmill for a little bit longer, man. I don't understand what's going on.
We don't know. He had a couple knocks the last couple games, man, and he's huffing and puffing and running. He's a little tired, like everybody is. But Manolas takes a seat. Romani got to start. I don't want to Maxi. He's cool and all, but I want to see Romani again. Again, we speak about consistency. He's got to start him again. Put him next to K2 or Maximovic, whatever you want. At this point, I mean, I care about the Coppa Italia, but I do not want to sacrifice any more titolari, especially when it's coming on to this crazy February. We got big games. So for me, again, Dilo gets a break. Dilo gets a break for this one.
Yeah.
On the right side, we put Hisal. On the left, I want to see Gulam. I just want to see Gulam again. I want to see some crosses from him.
And that's insane too, though, because I mean, like, even the
wait! Shut up, Giuseppe. I got to tell my rest of my lineup here. Okay, I gave you your chance. This one's mine now. So in the middle, somebody was talking about Elmas starting. Possibly, yes. But probably Bakayoko gets to start because he hasn't started in 2 games. Bakayoko gets to start in the middle. On the left, possibly Zielinski again. I think Deme needs a little bit of break. And throw on Elmas again. He's young, he's hungry. Put him on again. The more burn this guy gets, the better he gets. More burn. Give him another game to start. Maybe now we use Trophy. You know what? Give Insigne a break. I think Insigne has earned just a break. Let Trophy play. Let Patania play. The reason why I say Patania is because Gulam can cross the ball to Patania, and on the right side, let Politano start. So 4-3-3, Cioffi, Petagna, Palatano. Zielinski, Bakayoko, Elmas. Or Lobotko, if you want.
No, wait. Isn't Cioffi a center forward?
Oh, Cioffi's not. Wait. Cioffi, does he qualify for Coppa Italia, though? Actually, I didn't think about that.
I don't see why not.
No, does he? Is he on? I'm not sure. Like, if you have, I'm not sure if he's eligible to play. But definitely Gulam, definitely Petagna, and let Gulam cross the ball. But that is all the time we have, guys. That was the last question. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody in the chat for joining us tonight. Giuseppe, thank you to you for being here. We're definitely going to see more. Man. I'm sure we're going to see more of you. We got this game on Wednesday, Atalanta, for the semifinal. I believe it's at 2:45. Let me double check. Yes, 2:45. We will be playing at the Maradona, so it'll be a nice home game. You want to score? You want to score, Ralph, don't you? LOL. Which score? I do want to score. If you're meaning for that, yes.
Yeah.
You gotta score.
Of course you want to score. You want to win the game. You want to win every
I want to win the
game,
bro. No, I want to score. Shoot. I just want to see a cross. Can I just? Is that too much to ask for? Can I just see a cross every now and then?
I know, dude. I don't understand.
From anybody. I just want to see a night. We had one, but like a corner kick
but the problem is that we always
nice.
try to come in from the inside. We always try to cut through from the inside. Like look at what Elmas did, dude. He cut in through from the inside.
He cut 5 guys and it worked. Shit,
yeah, he did. Oh my god.
That it is. But thanks again, folks, to everybody joining us. Giuseppe, thanks again to you. Forza Napoli sempre. We'll see you Wednesday post game.
Forza Napoli, everybody. Forza Napoli sempre.
Ciao.